About 20 years ago, I placed a drawing pad on an easel a friend gave me. The blank surface sat there in my living room untouched for weeks. I'd stop and find myself waiting for inspiration that never seemed to come. The previous year, I had been experimenting with a single-line drawing technique that produced sudden art as a means to explore my larger self. My first experiments in sudden art form was like holding a camera in my hands and aiming the lens of my mind's eye on the singular objective to locate and capture snapshots of living portraits from the worlds beyond me. To tune into that part of me that resides in a location where the limits and the boundaries of the physical world have no role. But now, at the easel in my living room, I wanted to take the concept further, to first get myself out of the way by forgetting the above. I approached this next experiment with a childlike directness, to draw with a totally open mind in the sense of eliminating plans, aesthetic ideas, emotions, and even subliminal background information. I wanted to clear the slate to see what would come next. As I stood at the easel, I stepped closer to my center where I could sense only my existence and the playfulness of the universe. I picked up a pencil and pressed its tip to the blank surface. The room around me became silent, and in that instant I let my hand move across the paper in a spontaneous movement. Within seconds I finished the drawing, stood back to observe the once empty surface. The portrait in front of me looked as if informed by the universe within me. In a spontaneous gesture, I had taken a snapshot of a living portrait from another world. In an instant, the portrait came to me, and it was informative. The portrait had a distinct appearance that I intuitively thought represented some inner conflicts I was going through at that time in my life. It was not what I expected or even wanted, but that was just the beginning. There were many more portraits to come, and many of them were lighter and made me feel better about what was going on in the worlds I was connecting to. I learned something else from the process that day. I had stood in front of the easel waiting for inspiration to come, but it wasn't inspiration I found. Rather, the art found me. From that moment, I understood the art I call portraits can always be located. I simply discover and bring to light the portraits that are already there.